All right, Tom is calling in from Calgary on a Western energy question. Go ahead, Tom.
Hi there. Thanks for taking my call. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Hey, Tom.
Just want to let you know I'm a little disappointed by the whole federal election with the Liberals, and unfortunately that whole energy matter that where East and West Canada seem to have differing opinions on. But would like to ask if there was any thought to kind of living within what we can control by, making kind of a coalition between Western governments like BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba that can basically create their own energy corridor, maybe provincially funded, provincially owned, and then have refineries. It might take a while, but it's within Western Canadian control. Deliver it to Hudson's Bay, which can deliver something to the Atlantic and to Europe, and then also something like, say, to the Pacific. And then this way, Eastern Canada basically is not within their priorities to do so. At least we can kind of start to try and build something that can address not only the energy needs for Western Canada, but also delivering the ability to be able to move product, make smarter decisions on that, at least for what Western Canada can create, and even expand that to that corridor, which could include electricity, natural gas, even when it comes to, agriculture movement or like ports on either side. So this way, Western Canadian products can actually be delivered and be more globally accessible instead of the continuing political wish list that just never seems to get fulfilled based upon Ottawa.
Tom, I love what you're saying. Short answer is yes. The Western premiers always meet annually. We're going to a meeting up in Yellowknife hosted by R.J. Simpson in short order, because I'd add the territories to the vision that you've just painted there. But I can tell you that if any of our Canadian friends want access to the Eastern markets in Asia, then they absolutely must be coming across the Western Canada and using Port of Prince Rupert. And I'll say that, I did tell the Prime Minister that, whether it's ensuring CN repairs that line up to Hay River that burnt down, because that allows critical minerals to come down from the Northwest Territories, or whether it's the Ring of Fire in Ontario, their best access to get those critical minerals to a new market is putting it on a train, getting it to Port of Prince Rupert and shipping it overseas. So I wouldn't rule out completely the ability to work with further east provinces, but clearly our best opportunity is to invest in more infrastructure in a corridor to Port of Prince Rupert, probably Grays Bay. You might want to look at that one too. That goes up through Northwest Territories and zips over to Nunavut. And that would allow for us as well to potentially, with icebreakers, reach the European markets more easily. And then we've already seen in Manitoba, they commissioned the first mine in 15 years, first gold mine. They are developing out their port infrastructure. We have an economic corridors agreement with Saskatchewan and Manitoba, which we're hoping to renew. So the vision that you're painting is, I think, absolutely the right one. And I'd like to work with the Coalition of the Willing, the partners that are interested in working with us. And those seem to be the Western premiers. So you'll see a lot more conversation about that. I'll probably have a lot more to say after the premiers conference at the middle of May.